Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum everyone. My name is Saeeda Alina Matul and I'm a foundation level student in Rahal School. So today I'm going to ask some questions from Maya on the topic of wow and she had to give me answer. So let's start. Hi Maya, how are you?
I'm doing well. Thanks for asking. Ready when you are with your questions about wow or whatever
Okay.
topic we're diving into today.
So my first question to you is what does wow mean to your personality?
To me, wow feels like that moment when something genuinely surprises you, like when you learn a new connection you never expected, or when a conversation takes an interesting turn. It's a little spark of recognition that something is unexpectedly remarkable. What sparked your curiosity about wow?
Can wow moments change your perspective on life?
Definitely. I think those moments where you're genuinely surprised can totally shift how you see things. It's like when you expect one thing, but reality shows you something completely different. Those unexpected moments can reframe your whole outlook, don't you think?
Why do humans seek moments of wonder?
Hmm. That's an interesting question. Sounds like you said wow, not burnout. If I heard that right, I'm not sure I'd frame it as seeking those moments. Maybe it's more about being genuinely surprised and moved by something rather than actively looking for it. Does that make sense?
What makes something unforgettable or wow worthy?
I think it's that element of surprise and the way something hits you emotionally. Something unexpected happens that catches you off guard. And when I hear wow moments in stories, they usually have these qualities. Something that genuinely shocks you or pulls at your heartstrings or makes you look at things differently. Maybe a twist you didn't see coming or something beautiful and unexpected. What about you? What makes something truly wow worthy in your experience?
Everything make me seems like wow worthy, but the things that I like are always wow worthy. So my next question from you is, can a small movement create a big wow?
I'm a little unclear on the poverty part, but I think I get the second part. Can a small moment create a big impact?
So tell me the answer. Can a small movement create a big wow worthy?
Mm, I'm still not quite catching what you're asking. You said, can a small moment create a big boy worthy? And the boy part is confusing me. Are you asking if a small moment can have a big impact, like how a tiny seed can grow into a massive tree? If
No,
that's your question, then absolutely. Small
no,
things can create big ripple
no,
effects.
Maya,
But
it's not my
I want to
question. So tell me, can wow moments change your perspective on life?
I think so. Those genuine moments of surprise, those times you go, wow, they can change how you view the world. They can reframe your perspective and make you appreciate things differently. Have you had experiences like that?
Yes. So tell me, how does surprise relate to the word wow feeling?
It's pretty direct, actually. I think surprise is like the engine behind that wow feeling. When you're surprised, you're caught off guard, you weren't expecting something to happen the way it did. That feeling of being caught off guard hits you. And if the surprise is genuine, if it genuinely moves you, that's when you say, wow. It's
Is
that instant
wow
recognition
always
of something.
positive? Is wow always positive?
I think I'm still hearing some garbled parts there. Could you repeat that again?
Yes. My question from you is wow always positive?
That's a good question. Um, no, I don't think wow is always positive. It can be about incredible joy, but it can also be about something awful or shocking in a bad way. Like if you see a horrific accident, you might say, wow, but it's definitely not a good feeling then. What do you think?
How does surprise relate to the wow feeling?
Surprise and warmth feel like they come from different places. Surprise is immediate and, kind of sharp, that jolt of something unexpected. Warmth, though, feels more settled and comfortable. It
Do
builds
is
slowly,
wow more
maybe from,
emotional or more intellectual?
I think it can be both. Sometimes a wow moment hits you intellectually, like figuring out a complex puzzle or getting an aha moment on something hard. But more often it feels emotional, like when something really touches you or hits you deeply. Would you say one feels stronger for you than the other?
What simple things can create a sense of wonder?
Oh, so many things. I think it's often the little things, really noticing nature for a minute, a child's genuine reaction to something simple, good music or food, someone being unexpectedly kind. It's almost like being open to the possibility that good things can come from somewhere new. What makes you feel wonder, personally?
How can nature inspire wow moments?
I'm not quite following. What leader are you referring to? Could you clarify what you mean by that?
Do sunsets and sunrises still amaze people and why?
I think they do. There's something pretty universal about sunsets and sunrises. That dramatic change in color and light. It's like that classic moment in a movie where everything just like slows down and the light does something beautiful. I think they still get to people because they're visual reminders that beauty can happen in the simplest moments, especially if you take time to truly pay attention.
How can we notice wow in our daily routines?
It's a great point. It's easy to miss the wonder in daily life. I think you have to make a conscious effort to notice things, actually look around instead of being on autopilot, or pay attention to something new each day, whether that's a building or a person you pass by. That's it.
How can we notice wow in our daily routine?
I think it comes down to shifting your focus. Instead of just going through the motions, try doing one thing differently each day. Take a new route to work. Really notice what someone's wearing. Or savor a meal instead of eating while scrolling through your phone. It's like training yourself to be more present in those everyday moments. What's your routine
Can
like usually?
can technology create wow moments?
I think so. Technology can definitely create these wow moments. Think about special effects in movies, VR experiences that put you in another world, or even just when you discover something totally new online. Tech can really go ahead. What were you going to say? It's
What
okay.
role does
Sometimes
curiosity play in everyday amazement?
curiosity feels like the whole engine behind it. If you're already open to learning or experiencing something new, you're much more likely to notice moments that surprise or amaze you. I think curiosity keeps you looking at old things in new ways or trying things you never would have before. It's that simple question of what if that opens things up, right?
Okay, Maya. So my next question from you is, why do people stop noticing beauty over time?
That's a tough one. I think maybe it's a couple of things. We get so used to our surroundings that they become background noise. Plus, our brains kind of filter out the ordinary to focus on what's different or dangerous. But also, maybe there's something about life that gets in the way, like stress or not having enough free time to really notice. What do you think? Have you felt that way yourself?
Why do people? How can mindfulness help us feel wow more often?
I think mindfulness could be the key. It's like learning to slow down enough to actually notice those details instead of just rushing through your day. If you're mindful, you're less caught up in your thoughts and more present in the moment. That leaves room for the little things to break through, the way light hits a wall, the sound of birds. Maybe it helps you quiet that mental filter that filters out beauty.
Okay, so now tell me what makes a lesson wow worthy?
Sorry, I think I didn't quite catch what you asked. Would you mind repeating it? I
Yes.
I think you
What
said
makes
what
a
makes a lesson.
wow worthy?
I think I get what you're asking now. What makes something genius or really stands out? I think it's when something goes beyond what you'd normally expect, when it shows real creativity or insight that you wouldn't have seen coming. It's like when an idea suddenly clicks into place and everything makes sense. That sound right?
Yes. So now tell me, can teachers create curiosity in students and how?
I'm a little unsure about cross street there. Could you say that again? I want to
Curiosity.
make sure I'm getting your question. Oh,
Curiosity.
curiosity.
I mean, can teachers create
Yeah, teachers
curiosity in students and how?
can. You're asking if teachers can encourage curiosity in students?
Yes.
Absolutely. I think that's one of the most important things a teacher can do. They can create open ended assignments where there isn't one right answer, ask questions instead of just giving answers, let kids explore their own projects, things like that. Creating an environment where curiosity is seen as valuable rather than being punished encourages students to wonder more. Do
Why
you
do
think
some
your teachers
subjects
are good at that?
feel bored? Why do some subjects feel boring while others amaze us?
That's a really thoughtful question. I think it's because we connect with different subjects in different ways. And when something feels relevant to our lives, when it taps into our interests, it's like it comes alive. History can be boring if it feels like names, dates, but captivating if you connect it to current events or your own family story. It's less about the subject itself and more about how it's taught and whether it's brought to life for you. What
Does
subjects
asking
usually grab your attention?
questions does asking questions increase wonder?
Totally. The more you ask questions, the more you start seeing there's so much you don't know. And that right there is what sparks wonder. Questions keep you open and curious, like looking at something from new angles. The most amazing discoveries often start with just asking what if or why not.
Okay, so now tell me, can science create wow moments and give examples?
Yes, science is full of those wow moments. Think about astronauts walking on the moon for the first time, seeing microscopic images of life, or the discovery of DNA. Science reveals patterns and insights about the universe that most of us would never imagine on our own. Does that make sense?
Yeah. How does discovery lead to amazement?
I think any career where you're constantly learning and solving problems has potential for those wow moments. Teachers see it when students finally get something, doctors when patients recover, artists when they finish a piece they're proud of. Any job that lets you make discoveries, create things, or help people has potential for that sense of awe.
Okay,
What
so
kind of
now
career
tell me,
interests you?
why is curiosity important in education?
That's a big one. Curiosity is huge in education because it's what drives us to actually learn something instead of just memorizing it. If you're curious, you ask questions, you explore, you connect ideas. All that leads to real understanding that lasts. Without curiosity, education can feel like work. With it,
Can failure
learning.
lead to wow learning moments?
I'm still not sure what you meant by lead to our learning
Can
movements. Could you rephrase that?
can failure lead to wow learning moments?
You're asking if failure leads to learning moments?
Yeah.
Absolutely, failure is one of the BS teachers. When you try something and it doesn't work, that's actually amazing information. You now know what not to do. You try something else, you learn more. Those moments when you mess up and have to figure things out, that's where the real learning happens.
How can students stay excited about learning?
I think it's about finding ways to make learning personal, connecting it to their interests, letting them explore topics they're passionate about, giving them choice when possible. Also, learning with friends, taking breaks, celebrating small wins. That helps keep things interesting. Does that sound about right?
Yeah. So now tell me what makes an idea truly brilliant?
I think a truly brilliant idea has a couple of things going for it. First, it solves a real problem or explains something in a way we haven't seen before. But second, and maybe even more important, it's really simple once you understand it, even if it took genius to get there. It feels elegant and clear, like it makes sense on a deeper level. Would you say you like brilliant ideas that are simple to understand? Hear what you meant.
So Maya, my next question from you: Can makes us what makes a story unforgettable?
It's a fascinating question. I think it's when someone really sees you for who you are, knows your story, makes you feel understood and valued. That makes someone unforgettable. It's about genuine connection, I guess. What makes someone I'm glad you're enthusiastic. Is there anything else you wanted to ask me about wow moments, wonder, or curiosity?
Yes. How does imagination lead to wonder?
Um, I didn't quite catch that last part. You said imagination leads to something, but it sounded like Audrey, but I'm not sure that's right. Could you
What
repeat
did,
that last part for me?
how can imagination lead to wonder?
Oh, imagination is huge when it comes to wonder. Imagination is like your brain's playground. It lets you explore what if scenarios, visualize possibilities, create things that don't exist yet. It's like when kids build forts out of blankets, they're not seeing a mess of fabric, they're imagining castles and spaceships. That's what feeds that sense of awe and possibility, don't you think?
Okay. So now tell me, can simplicity be more wow than complexity?
Absolutely. Sometimes the most amazing moments come from really simple things like clear explanations or someone's reaction to seeing their first snowflake. It's easier to get lost in wonder when you're not overwhelmed by all kinds of details or confusing ideas. Complexity can be impressive, but simplicity is magical. Does that make sense?
Yes. Now tell me, how does gratitude increase wow moments?
I think I'm hearing wonder, not movements there. Does gratitude increase our sense of wonder? If so, absolutely. When you're grateful, you notice the good things in your life instead of taking them for granted. Gratitude makes you slow down, appreciate what you have, and find value in everyday experiences, all of which leads to more wow moments and that sense of amazement about life.
So Maya, my last question from you is: Can fear also create a wow reaction?
I think you might mean, can we also create wow reactions? If so, then yes, absolutely we can. I when we create beauty, tell a good story, surprise someone, or even just offer genuine kindness, we can evoke a response that's unexpected or meaningful. But it's about being real and authentic, letting people experience genuine moments that resonate with them. Does that make sense?
Yes, Maya. So everyone, this was my session with Maya on the topic of wow. I hope you guys liked it, enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching. This is Alina. Allah Hafiz, Pakistan Zindabad.